I am building another turbo motor. This is going to be a lower compression, high boost motor. This is going to be a 348 stroke instead of 375 stroke. It's a 40 over. It's got a good crank in it. Forged pistons. So we had a set of forged 40 overs. So I'm going to take advantage of them and use them. The hypertech that's in that can't take much boost, and they can't take detonation and everything else. So what I'm going to do, pop that motor out, throw my bow tie heads on this, my other cam in this, build a motor to go boom, swap them right out, and then tear down the 388, and I'll be able to run 13 pounds of boost on this motor with 93 fuel. And 13 is the high side. That's 11.85 effective. So I'll probably run 11 pounds or 12 pounds of boost, and that should be, you know, perfectly fine. And that ought to make, this deal ought to make more power than the 388 does all day, and it ought to take the abuse and be perfectly fine. If there's ever a lean out, if anything ever happens, if the timing never pulls out, I got forged pistons, so it's not going to hurt nothing. I mean, it can, but it's less likely to hurt forged as it is the more hypertechnics. So I'll build this, throw it in there, and I got aluminum heads on that one, but that whole deal will be something different. It's got a good forged crank, I-beam rods, and crappy hypertective pistons. And the reason I had to go hypertech is they don't make any in the right CC to get the compression low enough in that motor to where I can really lay the boost to it. Unless I want to spend $600 or $700 for pistons, and I just can't do that. Like I said, I could build a basically bulletproof 350 for what it would take to make that motor what I want it to be. So it is what it is. And I'm going with a cam that I know will make power. I'm not doing turbo cam, none of that. A naturally aspirated motor loves a little bit of overlap. It loves, you know, some duration and everything else. And I'm telling you, Colton's turbo motor in the S10 is an example of this. That a radical cam, actually his is a 108 lobe separation, 260 degrees duration on a 108, and it's only 620 lift after the 1:6 ratio rockers. And that thing is wicked with boost. It runs so good. And turbo cams, I don't like them. You got to gap the rings. You got the top rings 28. I got to do the math for the second ring. I'm gapping them to handle more than 15 pounds of boost. So if I want to put racing fuel in it, turn it up, I can. But we're going to throw this thing together. I'm going to do a swap. Because I'm telling you, there's something wrong with that motor in that car. I know there is. So, compression test reads fine, all that, but I just know it don't run right. It ain't never run right since I took it up road and boosted it. Alright, all the top rings are gapped, they're done, they're sitting over there. We gapped them at 28 thousandths. Second ring gap's 30 thousandths. And that's 0.0075 times 4.040, and that gives me the 30 thousandths for the second ring, and then you do the top ring times 0.007, and that gives me the 28. So those are done. I'm gonna clean up the pistons. Alright, got all the pistons cleaned up, all the rings gapped, all the rings put on the pistons, clean the bottom end here, throw the main bearings in, throw the crank in it, and torque it down, and flip it over, start putting the pistons in. Just hammering her out. Alright, crank's in, torqued. Clearances is good. I had to polish the crank up with sandpaper and some shoestring because I had a few places in it. Alright, we got all the pistons in. Last one, number 8. See these? Forged, recessed, dished. This is a 15.2 cc. So my compression will be low. So my boost will be up.
They should run good without no boost.
It'll run. I don't care about how it runs without boost. It'll run amazing with boost. All right. Last one, and then I guess we're going to call it.
Right.
Last one.
Hey!
Lube her up. Marco brought us this bottle at Super Chevy a few years back. We use that thing all the time.
This is our favorite little oil ball. This tub bitch is badass. Yep. Bought that all. Where'd it come from? New York?
No, Pennsylvania.
Marco, thank you.
Yeah.
We use hell out of that thing, man. Yeah, he left work, come to the track, hung out about half a day and went right back.
9-hour drive straight.
9-hour drive, man.
That's the last one. Alright, so there are. All the pistons are in. Okay, so got the bottom end done in that motor. Gonna pull the stuff off this, throw that one, throw that in there. All right, pull all this crap off, put on that crap, paint that crap, throw that crap in there.
Just that simple.
All right, got all that off. I just got to pull the rest. Water pump, take the lines loose, pull the oil lines loose, pull the heads off, or pull the intake off, pull the heads off. All right, another couple of minutes, and all that's off. This car comes apart like a puzzle, see? Just boom, boom, boom. And this little deal right here makes it a dream. Got the intake off. Intake, carburetor, distributor, one little pile. All right, rockers, push rods, lifters popped up. See, I was talking about pop-up lifters. See this? Go down, and when you take a load off of them, boom, they pop up off the lobes to the cam, so you can pull the cam out. I gotta pull the cam out. Okay, so went back there and checked the bow tie heads and my springs and stuff off of those aluminum heads to go right on the bow tie heads. So already built all 4 of these heads and set the installed heights and the spring pressures and everything else. I still got to put those 7/16 studs in these heads and put these 3/8 in those heads. But all the crap with the valve springs and measurements and stuff is done. These are installed at 1.7. They're 185 pounds at 1.7, and then when you open them, they are 420 pounds open pressure. And max lift on them 625. Yeah, but they're done. So now I just got to clean off the old gasket material and change them studs over.
Cam going in.
Yeah, fixed too. The heart and soul.
What?
The heart and soul of the motor. This is a big one. About that long.
How big
Randy Potts.
How big a cam is it? How big
that
cam?
long.
About that long. He used to say some shit like that all the time. He said, everybody asks, how big cam we got now? And he said, about that long.
World record holder.
World record holder. 12-year world record in HRE. Or IHRE. Hell yeah. He said that bothered him worse than anything. About the worst thing in his life. Said he carried that world record in there to his wife and showed it to her, and she went, and walked off.
That's terrible.
Yeah, he was like, that hurt my feelings worse than anything. Good fella.
All right, well, we've had a fiasco with this.
Fiasco!
Yeah. The roller cam that I got, had a bent dowel.
Sounds exciting.
Man, this is ridiculous.
Jumping off of it.
This crap is just one thing after another. It's because I don't buy nothing nice. Everything else like old used junk. So I gotta make do. Now, who's got that much money to blow on a cam, man? Them solid roller deals are high dollar. Then we was gonna put Randy Potts' record holder cam in there, and I got to measuring it. It's way too much lift. Way too much lift.
It's a big one.
Yeah, max lift I can go on this is 625. And this one's 610. Well, 26,000 lash, so it's a little less. But see what else I can do. I'll probably degree it in and check everything. We'll wrap right there and
Everything looks better in the morning.
finish up in the morning. I hope so. Okay, so last night, yeah, we cut off the dowel that was in the roller cam that I put in. But as you can see, the cam now has a dowel in it because I took a drill bit, very small drill bit. This thread tap was a 10-24. It's all I had that would fit. So took a drill bit, very slowly drilled through it. We took this, tapped it, and then took this right here. So there's the old dowel. It was broken, bent. See how crooked it is? So put a washer and this on it, and I threaded this into it with a spacer here and just tightened up this wing nut with a pair of pliers. I wish I had a regular nut, would have been better, but a wing nut's all I had. So tighten the wing nut up through the spacer and it just pulled it right out. So if you ever run into that issue, drill it, tap it, and it'll pull right out of there. And to get the good one out of this old cam, I cut down, slice like that. Not all the way through, just slice like that and slice like that, and took a screwdriver and just pried on it. Popped, and then the dowel come right out without messing it up. I just tapped it in there. Alright, timing cover's on, balance is on. The snout of this crank was stripped out. So I had to fix that. Found true top dead center, 0, with a stop and all that. Now we're about ready to pull out when we put this in.
Yep, after small delay in action.
Alright, well, we just pull it out. Alright, 388's out on the stand. Pulled the pan was full of milky oil. So it's probably got a crack in one of the cylinders, or, don't know. Tear it apart and find out. But didn't have blow, no head gaskets was blow, nothing like that. Alright, that's the motor's going in. This motor just come out. Let's start swapping stuff. Alright, oil pump's on. Alright, all bottom ends done, buttoned up. So, alright, there it is. Throw some paint on it right fast. Alright, she's all blacked out. It's tacked up. I'm going to put another coat on it and flip it over and drop my lifters in. I tried the high compression boosted motors. Don't care for them. It's just too much can go wrong. I did the 406 low compression motor. It was like really low compression. At only 9 pounds of boost, that thing was a freaking monster. Low compression, a lot of boost. And two, when you drop compression, the 4%, you lose 4% horsepower per point of compression that you drop. So it's really not even that big of a deal to drop the compression, because you can make up for it with boost. I mean, you could make up for 3 points of compression drop with 2 psi boost or 1 psi boost, because it's 7%. So you could drop 2 points of compression and then increase 1 psi boost, which is 7% of whatever the base horsepower is, and overcome that 2 point compression drop. So all the folks out there that have low compression, high boost motors, you know what I'm talking about. They are wicked. They're wicked, wicked, wicked. So much fun. And you can run them on pump gas. This will be 13 psi. I can't go any higher than that because my fuel system won't support it. This will be 13 psi on 93 fuel. And the timing's going to be locked at 36. And I'm going to be pulling probably 9 degrees out. Now I got forged rods and all kinds of good stuff in this, but I'm going to do something different with this block if it ain't got a crack in it. I think there's a crack in it somewhere, or there's something, because there's an awful lot of moisture in my oil. Alright, so I can't do anything to that motor anymore tonight. So I'm going to put it in, then put the heads and the intake and all that on with it in the car. I'm going to tear down the 388. There wasn't a busted piston one.
All good.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to flip it over and check the cylinders.
Block may have a boogie in it, or I don't know. Head's letting in a little water, something going on. But what?
Don't know.
And then
We
one
found this. Alright. Got the other motor fixing to go in. New converters in, 3800. And lower compression forged piston 40 over 350. 356 is what it is. 356. Oh, right there's motor's in. New converters in, motor's in. One of my bolts is in. Now I gotta start buttoning all the stuff back on it. Pick up the oil pressure, throw the heads on it, torque them down. Throw the rockers on, set the lash. I might fire it up with the turbos off. Alright, got the heads on, torqued. Dad's bolting up the converter, got the starter on.
Give me that flywheel range.
Alright, lash set, intake's on. Okay, well, we got everything put back. I don't have the turbos on because I'm going to run it without the turbos for a little while. Just flipped the pump on. Fuel pressure was good. Dad has to climb in the car to work everything. But let me turn the GoPro on. Try. Alright, let me give it a little more. Alright, yeah. That's 34.
Sounds good.
Where was it idling? Did you see the tack?
I don't got one.
It's right there in the seat.
I had it turned over. My bad. I placed down, it holds about 65, 70 pound water pressure.
Well, that's good. I say we got it.
It ain't got no dull spot, no damn hall sound.
Did you listen to this side and this side? They're exactly the same.
That's why I was standing right there. I got rid of all that. Fuck yeah, that thing's on point now. Boy, it sounds good. Yeah,
It reps almost better than the 388.
It does.
It don't sound like no little low compression, some bitch does it. It's punky. That sounds better than that other motor did ever.
Far
did.
better, far better.
It sounds better than it didn't have the tone ram on.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
Well, it's got that.
I guess it's
aggressive cam.
I start saying, I guess that's all in the cam. It sounded good with the tone ram on, whatever that came up, but that little cam right there sounds nice.
Start putting stuff up.
No funny sound whatsoever.
No.
Just a little old no smoke.
That's so good. All right, now I'm happy. Now I'm excited.
Good. So, a good bit right there.
All right, I'm gonna pause this. There's the whole. That's the whole spiel.
Damn good. Damn good.
That's a wrap. Another motor build in the books. Me and Dad doing what we do.
One more time. I believe you got it this time, but man, it sounds good. No funny,
You can't beat a good old 350.
no funny sound. There's no hollow sound. She's just vapping, man. Good. Chopping wood, ain't that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what it's doing. He is chopping.
Sounds so much better than that dry bass cam. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, that cam sucked. Certainly did. But cool.
It sounds like it's got a lot more compression too. Sounds good.
But we did it without the turbos, simply just to simplify things. I got to pull my turbos apart and clean them. They got a lot of oil in them from the old combination, just oiling up everything.
Labor Day motor bill.
Yep. But see what I'm saying right there at about 1,000, 1,100, that's where it sounds ram, 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 ram.
Right there. It
Yeah.
ain't been no lower than that, I don't think.
No, it can't be no lower than that. That's what I'm saying. 1,000 to 1,100 would be perfect. So I just put the front end on it and call it. All right, cool. That's a wrap. Everybody hear that? Oh yeah. New motor in the 74. Wow. Whew. Turbos and stuff are on it. It's killer. You know what time it is, right? Big block in the 57 time. Oh, now she's in the front. Now it has to happen.
Best that thing sounded in months right there.
Rewired everything, cleaned up the wiring, got rid of my old cable drive tech. This tech is out of Dad's black truck he's had forever. Put that in there. I wanted to keep my cable drive, but this is just easier. I don't have to unhook it every time I do something with the motor or mess with timing or whatever else. So that's in there now. Cleaning the car out. Got to put my Caltrack bars on. Some gas in it. Grab a vacuum cleaner, vacuum it out. Redid all my wiring. Got all this in here now. start retard and 4-stage retard box. This is the digital RPM control that Dad had. Thing works great. You just click it and it sets whatever. Then I got an RPM activated switch. This activates the RPM activated switch at 3200 RPM, which does the first stage of timing retard, which pulls 9 degrees. And at 3200, I'll have about 2 or 3 pounds of boost, and then it'll pull 9 degrees of timing, and it'll be under full boost almost instantly. So that's, for right now, that's my timing control deal. I'm going to get a Hobb switch, but it has to be a closed circuit Hobb switch because you have to interrupt the ground. It ain't power, it's ground with these boxes. So, doing that, and my gas pedal fell off. But yeah, I'm just trying to get all the crap out of it. See, I got a list back here, gobs of junk. Get all the crap out of it, maybe take it up the road today. See how it runs with a new motor and only 9 psi boost. It's gonna have 13, but for right now, I got 9-pound springs in it, and just to shake it down and see what it does. But it's pretty cool. Check it out. No pump shot, nothing. Now we got the 57 up here, so we can do a big block swap. Finally.
Yeah,
and Dad's wiring in a different tack.
Yeah, this is Schuber set that. Real deal.
Was that Red Hot Roxy one, or?
Red Hot Roxy, yeah.
You're gonna put your stars and bars bucket on it? See, I painted all these buckets long time ago.
Yeah, if anybody's got any info on that, is that a dash mount or what? But I've never seen one like it.
I painted this.
Never seen one like
all
it.
the buckets to match, and we painted that plate to look like a Coca-Cola sign.
Yep, works like a champ.
This one, this will come from David Cade, I believe.
Yep, that's the first hot rod piece David Cade bought right there from Danny's Auto Parts. The first one he bought.
It works, it just ain't very accurate.
Yeah.
And it's busted. Got my cow tracks on, my bars, I got them adjusted. One step closer. Finish cleaning this thing out. Dad put the tack in the 57. We got it up in the front, fixing to do a big block swap. That's going to be next weekend. And no, it's up there in the front. It's got to happen. It's got to happen now. We got no time for waiting. And this is ready to go up the road now.
Back of that thing out there, clean the carburetor.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I put my fire extinguisher in, set up my seat belts. All right, that's a wrap. We done.